I reach down farther, calling out your name. Always uncertain.
Hello, I am Fr.John Barno. The reflection today is about the gospel, and this Sunday's gospel is about the transfiguration. In the transfiguration, it perhaps might surprise us that the apostles were terrified when they saw the glorified Jesus. Peter, James, and John were very scared. That perhaps surprises us. It might be hard to believe it because they had spent so much time with him, they'd seen his miracles and heard his teachings. But the transfiguration was something altogether different. They saw Jesus in his glory. It was something totally unexpected, and they were afraid. So I'd like to reflect briefly this week on how we can overcome fear in our life and perhaps also doubt and worry. Father Bill McCarthy and his team wrote a beautiful book. It's called The Catholic Compendium of Inner Healing. And he reminds us that fear is really about feeling like we're not in control. But God is in control. God is in control, and he tells us not to fear. So many times in the Bible, we are told not to fear. And also, Father says that faith heals fear. Let's talk about the first point. God is in control. We all know that. It's something we have here. We know that God has everything in his hands. Everything. And nothing happens that God doesn't permit. And if something bad does happen, you could be sure that we will grow through the experience of going through it. And so, or somehow it would be good for our salvation to pass through or go through that event. God never wants to hurt us. But we have to remember he's in control. And also, we have to remember when he tells us not to fear, it means that we have a choice. We could choose to be afraid or choose not to be afraid. That's up to us. It's our reaction to something traumatic that determines how much we suffer. So we have to remember that it's a choice to be afraid or to reject the fear. We could remember that God is in control, or we could choose to forget that. It's up to us. But ultimately, faith heals fear. Because what is faith? St. Paul in the letter to the Hebrews, or rather the writer to the Hebrews said, chapter 11, verse 1, faith is the assurance of things hoped for, the conviction of things not seen. The conviction of things not seen. We know God is with us. But you see, faith must be exercised. It's a choice we must make all the time. And it grows stronger when we exercise it. So let's remember to do that. Should we feel afraid? Should we feel uncertain by the circumstances we're going through in life? To say, Jesus, even though I don't feel good at the moment or things aren't going my way, I still believe. Jesus, I trust in you. The words that he gave us through St. Faustina. To repeat that many times a day will be very helpful for us in overcoming fear. What about doubt and worry? The solution is very similar. Worry. Why worry when we know God has everything in his hands? To say, Jesus, I trust in you and really mean it many times helps. Being with people who love us and support us and sharing our faith with them helps. Reading God's word will strengthen us too. Making that choice to reject fear and to be faithful will help us. And finally, what about doubts? We have any doubt about God caring for us? All we have to do, well, there's a couple things. Just look at the crucifix. You know that he loves you. And think of all the times he's taken care of you and gotten through you through difficult moments in your life. Remembering how good he's been to you, that will help you to remember that he's still with you and he will help you through this difficult time as well. So it's remembering, having faith, walking with him. That's what it's all about. God bless you, and we'll see you next time.